O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly, and carried from the womb. And even to your old age I am he, and even to hoar hairs I will carry you. I have made, and I will bear, even I will carry, and will deliver you. Yet now hear, O Jacob my servant, and Israel whom I have chosen. Thus saith the Lord that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. Oh God, I am grateful for your love. Oh God, you sent your Son, and he washed my sins away. You remain my driving force. You remain my source of joy. You remain the one I love. Oh God, you are my God. You've been faithful. You've been faithful. May your will be done in my life. Oh God, I am grateful for your love. Oh God, you sent Yeshua, and he wiped my sins away. You remain my driving force. You remain my source of joy. You remain the one I love. Oh God, you are my God. You've been faithful. You've been faithful. May your will be done in my life. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgression, and as a cloud.
Oh boy, COE just missed another one.
Peace and blessings, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Family, how we be out here? How we be? Alright, shalom. Where everybody at? Let everybody come on in, cause it's gonna be a big one today. Must have conversation.
Much needed. We've been anticipating this one for a while. So y'all come on in, and like I said, help us spread the word. We're back of the grace. In the power of the Most High, our Father, Higher. So we're gonna give it a little minute. Let everybody come on in before we get it going. Hope everyone can hear us loud and clear and see us vividly on your screens.
Yes.
I know some may be just listening in. Shout out to all those listening in. Shalom out Jeremiah gang.
Yeah.
Hey, for all those that are listening and that's coming in, hey, if you would like Jeremiah gang to come through and sit and chill with the brothers at TBT Radio, y'all put your put your sevens in there. Put your sevens in there and we'll see about making that happen. Shout, appreciate you coming through,
Yafaya, Yasharala always coming through. Yes, ma'am.
We see Atlanta in the building.
Yeah.
All praises. Had that little static problem last time, but we back.
Yeah, we definitely fixed and solved that problem. Definitely fixed and solved that problem. Keep your children out your offices. Yeah.
So we got a couple sevens. So Abba willing, we gonna get brother Jeremiah gang in this thing, man. And I know a lot of people want to hear from him, so as well as us, man. So we'll leave that there, man. Yeah. So we got a few people in. For those that haven't, please go share it on your Facebook, your IG. Call somebody and tell them to do what?
Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody about this TBT Radio Live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do want to introduce with this. Hey, want to say the water for all the saints for prayer. Now we were supposed to bring this show live last week. As you can see, we're here in good spirits. Want to just say this. Our power, Higher, is definitely in the prayer answering business.
Yeah.
His line is not cut off. It never been, never will. You feel me? We just got to pay our phone bill. You feel me? Yeah, got to get that together. Or
yes.
if you're trying to call Wi-Fi, make sure you pay your internet bill. You know? But obviously, you all have been paying it because, like Scripture say, hey, the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So
yes,
the situation took a turn for the best. You know? So all praises for everything.
So we'll go ahead and get into this.
You ready?
In a minute. I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into this mission statement. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start with the mission statement. We got a couple brothers and sisters in. So, without further ado, mission statement. We at TBT Radio Live as a podcast / radio station aim to embrace those who are making positive movements that will take our people and all people in the right direction in all areas of life by way of entertainment, art, spirituality, and an overall entrepreneurial mindset. All right? Shalom Outcast. Hey man, y'all. Hey, for all the artists, y'all make sure y'all send a text message, call any artists, any producers, anyone dealing with the musical side of things, even the poets. Get them in here, and we want to talk about the gifts that the Most High has given us and the value of it. That's the name of the show. If you don't know. The title of the show is The Value of Music. Mm-hmm. But like I said, a lot of people don't know or may not be aware of. It's a lot of things that goes with music. And it's a lot of great things that music produce, or that particular aspect of what we are as mankind. We about to dive into it. So we're going to go into the article. We're going to go into an article starting out. All right?
Right.
To drum this thing up.
You want to put that number out there before we hit that article?
Yeah, we want to. The lines will be open. Like I said, this is a discussion. We're going to speak on it. And as you know, if you saw the post on IG or Facebook, you know we got 2 special guests coming on,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Surprise special guests at that. I don't know if you think you know who it is. Put it in the chat. Yeah, you know, we'll have a little fun with that.
Yeah, I definitely want to see what everybody else's is. Who coming? Who we got?
Who y'all think gonna be the special guest?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
hey,
So I'm about to go ahead and drop that number real quick.
we're gonna put the number in, and like I said, if you hear something that you like, man, I didn't know, or I would like to give my spiel on it, or I like to say something about that, guess what? Call on in at 1-929-205-6099. Once again, that'll be 1-929-205-6099, and you have to get that meeting ID. You have to type that in, and then you in with us, and
Right.
we're gonna see what you got to say. All right. So without further ado, let's get it. All right. Somebody said Jeremiah Gain and Maestro. All right, let's go to that article. Why they making that? Why they putting their guesses in?
All right.
We got somebody said the elders. You never know, you know. I'm pulling up the article now, family. So let me see. Well, that's gonna be second. I should go with that one first. Now I'm gonna go with the first one first.
All right, let me get back.
Yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
Count. All right. Y'all stick with us. All right, so I'm going to drum it up. Now, this aspect of it and the other article, like it's really segueing, you know, into, I know this is going to have to be another part to it. Because like I said, we're predominantly, you know, on the entertainment side when it comes to, you know, what we bring forth here. But it's a lot of different moving parts with, you know, TBT radio. But this is something that we've been drawn to through this, you know, our aspect of our brick to bring to the community. But this particular article definitely going to segue into the next one. But I do want to touch on it to kind of set the tone for those, because some people just love to listen to music, right? So I just want to give y'all a little insight on what I've learned and, you know, what's out there of the importance of music. And one of the reasons why we should value music, and, you know, we're going to get in touch into a whole lot of things. So this article comes from North Shore University Health System. All right? So I'm going to dive into the article. It says 9 health benefits of music. Did anybody ever know that music had something to do with your health? All right, let's find out. It says music can improve mood, decrease pain, anxiety, and facilitate opportunities for emotional expression. Research suggests that music can benefit our physical and mental health in numerous ways. Music therapy is used by our hospice and palliative care boards certified music therapists to enhance conventional treatments for a variety of illnesses and disease processes. For anxiety and depression and stress, to the management of pain and enhancement of functioning after degenerative neurological disorders, right? Who knew? I know I didn't know this, right? But man, yeah, someone said music therapy is used in the hospital. Who knew that? Do everybody know that?
My first time actually having the experience with it was actually with my late wife. There was a lady that came in, I think it was once a month or once every week, to play the harp. And like, when I tell you it was soothing, she'd play in the hallways, man, so soothing to the soul, man.
So it's the reason why we bringing this out. And like I said, man, this is just to paint the picture and show, okay, it's something deeper with music. Let's keep going. All right. Right there. It said, now I'm just going to read this list. It was just a side note. It says, the team from Spiritual Care and Support at North Shore highlighted some of the benefits music has on health and well-being. So did you see it said the team of Spiritual Care and Support? That's like spiritual. Is it a chance that music is spiritual? All right, we're just gonna touch on a couple of the things. Well, a few of the things that music can help. It says it's heart healthy. Research has shown that blood flows more easily when music is played. It can also reduce heart rate, lower blood pressure, decrease cortisol, stress hormones levels, and increase serotonin and endorphins levels in the blood. Whoever knew that? And like I said, I'm not going to touch on, speak too much on it because, like, we're going to segue and bring the guests in right after this so they could give their spiel on it and see if they knew some of these things, right? It elevates mood. Now, we all have experienced this, right? It said music can elevate your mood. Music can boost the brain's production of the hormone dopamine. This increased dopamine production helps relieve feelings of anxiety and depression. Music is processed directly by now this word here, I was like, man, what is this? It says amygdala, which is the part of the brain involved in mood and emotions. So we all probably have, experienced that. Because when music is played, it can change your whole situation, whole vibe. All right, I'm gonna get into some other ones. I ain't gonna read all of them. Like, did you know this? It says it can relieve. It stimulates memories. All right, there is no cure for Alzheimer's disease and dementia, but music therapy has been shown to relieve some of its symptoms. Music therapy can relax an agitated patient, improve the mood, and open communication in patients. Did not know that, did we? Some people probably did, but we're just putting it out there. It manages pain by reducing stress levels and providing a strong competing stimulus to the pain signals that enter the brain. Music therapy can assist in pain management. That's big. And like I said, once again, bringing this out because lately we've been seeing a total devaluing of the music. We gotta open some things up, right? It eases pain. So I'll just leave that because it said if it manage it, that definitely speaks towards easing it. So last two, it helps people eat less. Playing soft music in the background and dimming the lights during a meal can help people slow down while eating and ultimately consume less food in one sitting. Never knew that. It increased workout endurance. Now, you all probably know this one, right?
Yeah, we know that.
It says listening to those top workout tracks can boost physical performance and increase endurance during a tough exercise session. So just bringing out these points. So do people think about this when it comes to music? Does this even resonate? So, and I'm saying this because, okay, as listeners and also for the performing artists, do we consider these things when we create the music? And also, do the listeners, hold this as a value in music? And this is just one aspect. All right, it's another article, but we're gonna bring the guests in before we go into that article, and then we're gonna dive all the way into what they want to. So, yes. So did we get who all? We had a couple people. I know this is Jeremiah Gain and Maestro. We got the elders. That's it.
Anybody got any other guesses?
Who y'all think it is before we bring them in? About to touch on this topic.
What my boom 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 boom.
Right, or the drum roll. You got the pongo without.
I'm gonna get one of those. Yes, we're gonna get one of those.
See, somebody said it's his brother Pala'a. I hope I ain't messing your name up. But they said midwives play it when you're giving birth. Wow. So for the midwives listening, now you got a new technique. See, we gotta, man. I don't want to speak too much. I want to see what the guests got to say about it. So, without further ado, man, let's bring our brethren in here, man. See what they have to say about it, or you know, feel. Did they know these things? Without further ado, we introduce to you all. I ain't even say it. We're just gonna bring them in.
Wait, where is that? Look, this thing want to act a fool now. Look. Boom.
There it is. Y'all in the building.
We got our guest in the building.
We got the Maestro. Y'all had one right?
Right.
But y'all didn't know Brother Bronze, huh? Somebody said it. Somebody said Kazaa, Brother Bronze. At the end, though. I think you cheating, sis. No, just playing. Shay Love, no cheating. No.
Yeah, y'all know we had to bring Maestro and Bronze in for this one right here.
And y'all just don't know. We got both sides of the coin right here.
Yeah.
Both sides of it. So
yeah.
Say something to the people.
It's like a just balance, I'm telling you.
Can they hear it?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear them loud and clear, family? Get them threes in there if y'all can hear them.
Shalom. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me clear?
Sound
Shalom.
good on that end.
Sound good on that end.
Shalom.
Boy, I need to go get me one of them things.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to use this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna dive into it. Like I said, this is the easy roll in. Like I said, I just wanted to, just bring this in to give. Like I said, I know, especially you, Maestro. I know you probably got a lot of different studies, or you've already dissected the whole concept of music. Definitely gonna bring you in on the second part as well. But while they putting the threes in so they can hear you loud and clear, did you know these things? Some of these things about music, man.
Which one you asking me?
Yeah, come.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, when I was overseas with the elders, they had us put together like certain lessons and stuff like that to try to just to start teaching and things like that. And it was one lesson that I went over, and it was regarding the music. So in my research, what I found out, and man, that's crazy that y'all went into that too. There was a doctor, a Japanese doctor by the name of Dr. Masaru Emoto, and he did an experiment with sound and water, and how sound affects the water. And the reason that he did that is because the human body is made up of a percentage of water. It even tells you in the scriptures that the body is made up not just of blood but also water. So, it's deep. It's deep. So he was playing different types of music. Like in one instance, as a matter of fact, he played symphony music, and then another one he played heavy metal music. And he watched how he was able to look how the water crystals were reacting to both of the different genres. So let me see if I can find it. This is actually what the picture looked like. Let me see if I can. Boom. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's what the picture looks like. So if you can see it clear, you can see where it says symphony.
Hold it just for a second. We're gonna put it on you. All right, go ahead and speak out.
All right, so as you can see where it says symphony music and heavy metal, you can see when he plays the symphony music, that's how the water reacts. When he played the heavy metal, that's how the water was reacting. It started to get real sporadic and crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he put all of this under a microscope, and it was the craziest thing I had ever researched. I didn't even know. So he said, just like y'all was saying, how it affects the emotions and things like that. Because of the water percentage that's in our body, that's what causes certain emotions and effects to happen when you hear certain sounds, certain frequencies, certain type of music. So that was a real thing. That's why I was like, man, they bringing something out. I mean, it made me just now think about that when y'all was talking about it. But that was crazy.
Wow.
He played rap music, he played jazz, and you can see the crystals, the water crystals reacting different to different types of genres. So these people know how it affects us as far as the sound and the music. They know exactly how it affects the human body. These people are diabolical. I'm gonna just say that. Like it's no games. It's really no games. So they have the science down to a T when it comes to how music can affect the body. That's why they put certain type of music out there. That's why they put certain types of frequencies and stuff like that.
And that's I'm glad you stated that. And bro, we're gonna make sure you get in. Let's go to the second article then. I'm glad you're bringing that out, right?
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Once again, put that article out. The value of music. We going different ways with it.
And we'll drop that article in the chat up here.
For those that wanna check that out. Sticking right on that point where you at. We're gonna do a toss up after I read these out. It's a couple paragraphs, but it's speaking directly to what you just stated, man. Watch this. We're going to paragraph 3. Yeah, I'm gonna read quite a few paragraphs here. Then we're gonna dive in all the way in and segue into the second half of it. You ready?
Yeah.
It's up. Okay. All right. This is paragraph 3. It says, music is a powerful tool that can transform the human condition. It can lift someone from the pits of depression and hopelessness to a place of peace, joy, and optimism. It can also be a dangerous tool that can lower the human condition. And like I said, bringing this out for artists and the listeners, right? It would be possible to debate and outline the dangers that are inherent in much of today's contemporary secular music, but that is not where my focus shall be. I do, however, want to make it clear that what I am going to say regarding the more secular and contemporary music in no way means I am condoning censorship in many forms, despite its more worldly and in many ways dangerous influence. What I propose is awareness rather than censorship. I can accept the fact that all music has a time and place, and that in many ways the music reflects the culture and people in which it is produced. I do, however, want to caution those who may not have taken into account the dangerous sides, the music side of the dangerous side, the dark side of music. Be aware of what you choose to enter your mind via music you listen to. Scroll up. All right. Do not fall into what many use as their reasonings, defense, or excuse. I only listen to it for the beat. Right? We hear that a lot, right? Nor I only listen to it for the beat, not for the word, right? Even though your conscious mind is not listening, your subconscious is aware, alert, and is picking up every word that is expressed. That is one reason that concepts such as the Mozart effect, all right, are said to be able to produce the changes they profess. So that's gonna be one of the things we're gonna dive into on the second half of music, right? But we just said when, right? This is also one reason that more studies related to such thing as adolescent behavior and the influence of music are being conducted. There is a lot of evidence to suggest that adolescents who listen to a certain type of heavy metal, right, like you stated, or rap, are more likely to have lower grades in school. Did they tell us this? Right? Engage in what? More violent behavior. Exactly. Here's the kicker. Increase sexual promiscuities and abuse drugs and alcohol. Yes, to name a few, right? According to Roger H. Mears, heavy metal, rap, or martial music, and I don't even know what's martial music. You know, you know, that's probably some of that hard metal,
like
right?
That mosh pit type stuff that maybe. So, you know, Esau be down there at the bottom, just
Straight from the piss of what West Hill, ain't it? That West Hill music. All right.
Yeah.
It said it excites the nervous system and promotes people to dynamic actions and aggressive behavior. It's not surprising that Gulf War pilots listen to recordings of heavy metal before launching their offense flights into battle. Last article. Stroll down.
All right.
No, I think I got two more articles. Then I'm going to wrap it up. It says, while much is being studied in connection to adolescents and their behavior, music affects adults in similar ways as well. In the previous paragraph, I mentioned Mears and one observation he had of the Gulf War pilots who listened to heavy metal before going into battle. Right? Why did they do this? Because the music affects the mood, which affects their performance in battle. The music pumped them up, making them more hype and ready for combat. Based on that, I wonder what does listening to heavy metal do to the person who is driving through the freeway. Now you wonder why you got these people, driving crazy, listening to this, that, and the third, right? Heavy metal is not the only aggression or blood-flowing type of music. Hardcore rap has been said to produce similar results. All right, last one. I think this is the last one. Again, I asked a question. How many times can you hear something, sing or rap about sex, drugs, or violence before those thoughts find a place of fertile soil and take root within the listener's psyche? I'm going to say that again. How many times can you hear something, sing or rap about sex, drugs, or violence before those thoughts find a place of fertile soil and take root within the listener's psyche? And that's all through the community, right? How many times can you hear songs where women are used only for their bodies as sexual objects before your own perception of women is altered, and you also see them as objects to be used or abused? How many times can you hear reggae artists or other singers rap about the hatred and killing of I'm going to go into all that, and I'm going to pause right there. Right? You gotta keep the channel, right? So,
Benjamin, boy.
How many people gonna do that?
Yeah. So, just keeping it there so you see.
I want to get canceled.
Right. We're trying to keep this thing going.
Hey, we're gonna have a show on that too.
Right. But probably on a whole nother platform. Right?
Yeah.
But hearing all of that, what y'all got to say about that, brother? There was a lot going on, but take the wheel. What y'all say about that, man? Bron, you want to go first? If you want to, man.
Yeah,
well, music is spirit. Spirit is wind, right? And music is nothing but a bunch of different octaves of wind. You know, at the lowest, you got your bass, boom, 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 At the highest, you have like a tweeter or a hi-hat. And everything in between that, your voice is probably around in the middle somewhere. Like you guys know. You guys mix.
Already know it.
You guys mix. So, that hi-hat is about what, a 2000? And that bass is probably down around about a 50, and your voice is probably somewhere in there, around 1,000, 1,200, somewhere. You could tweak that, raise that, it'll bring your voice out, so your voice is wind. You know what I'm saying? Any instrument you play, what you got to do?
Gotta
blow in, right? A flute, a horn, plucking instruments. That's air. That's wind. You ever you ever pour some salt on a speaker and see how it take different forms? I think that's what Maestro just had.
Yeah.
His had water, but you could do it with sand,
fire,
whatever. It'll take a form and a shape. And when we look up Rawat, what is it? It's, of course, it's wisdom, right? But it's wind, it's breath. Anything that makes a sound, that's wind making that sound. And we have wind inside of us, right? We have, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What how you breathe in the Adam's nostrils?
The breath of life. And that's the thing. So that's why we're starting here to put another perspective or another viewpoint on music, on sound, on rhythm.
Right.
It's deeper, it's bigger than
All
what we're
sound.
misusing it for.
Yeah.
Way
All
bigger.
sound. Anything that makes a sound. A pin drop. Bing.
We
That's
can
high.
sample that, right? We can
Yeah,
sample
we're sampling that, right?
You know?
Right.
That's high. You know, drums are on the lower side. And then you got your bass that hum. Music didn't always have that in it. You know? But it was us, our people, who we find a way how to incorporate everything.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Probably no other people would have probably ever found a use for it. Right?
And we love it.
I love it. It's like you said, like it's the vibration that actually really moves your mood. These vibrations move your mood. Like Maestro was talking about the water. Our body is made of it. So when you got that vibration moving in your body, even when it's soft sounds, I play them for the babies. Me and the wife play them for the babies all the time. Those soothing sounds and stuff calms the mind down.
Right.
Exactly.
All of that good stuff.
And that's why the article said, you know, we're focusing on the water in our body. But what other liquids there? The what? The blood. That's why he said blood flows better in the article when you listen to music.
Yeah.
So this is we're bringing this point out to you know, definitely encourage though. You know, we know everyone don't do music, right? Cool. And that's another thing we're gonna touch on, right, Maestro? We're gonna make sure we touch on that, right? And we gotta give another respect to this gift. Because we know it's a gift from heaven, because even the Father wants to be, you know, have the sons of the morning do what? Every morning.
Right.
They come and sing. Right? Before the throne.
Right.
I was researching the article, and like I said, I don't want to dive too deep into that. But it even speaks about it, and we'll bring it up on the next one. In Revelation, when it speaks about the 24 elders with the harps sitting before the throne.
Right.
Plucking instrument.
Yes. So we have to value music. Here lately, it's being misused,
Right.
devalued. That's what this show is about. We want to know, okay, do we value music? Do we understand what its purpose is? As we can see, it is a tool. It can be a tool for good or bad. We can see in our communities, in the world today, it is being used for what? Bad. Okay,
Right.
so he said on one of the things that was brought out on the article, right? That music can, you know, alter the emotions. Meaning that if you really have studied and dig deep into the theology, because you know they didn't went all in the philosophy of music, that it can alter what? The mind.
Right.
Maestro, you got something you want to speak on that, man?
Oh,
The mind is spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a very intricate thing that people really don't. If you make music, if you're a person that starts to make music, then you start to understand. Okay, this thing I'm doing here has some power in it. It has some type of force. You know what I'm saying? Because anything you make that could get somebody to move or to even nod their head a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not saying that you manipulated it, but you know, that's a power. You know what I'm saying? That's a force. That's an Alahayim. As a matter of fact, if you look in the book of Jubilees, when it starts listing, it starts talking about the spirits that were created. And sound, literal sound was literally one of those angels. One of those was a power, Alahayim. Sound is in power. It's a power. So it's a real spirit. It's a real power that exists in the universe. You know what I'm saying? And it can be taken. It can be used for a lot of different things. It is being used for a lot of different things. So it does have to be, as far as the value, it does have to be taken very seriously. There's a level of responsibility that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? And we already see, we see what Satan is doing. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. You know what I mean? He's not, nobody's being accountable. And it's a lot of people, and you'd be surprised, man, it's a lot of musicians and things who understand the value of music and they understand the power of it, but it's like they still don't want to, change what they're doing. But they understand, it's an influence. You know what I mean? But they're not trying to, they're trying to get the money and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Not even just the money, because we all know there's a specific agenda behind it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to raise the next generation and mold them how they want it. Exactly. The best way to do that is through the music. Mm-hmm. The best way to music, because even kids will listen to music all day. They will listen to music, but they're not gonna sit there and listen to somebody talk to them for hours. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of learning videos for children, it all got music behind it.
Exactly. That's a new
form of teaching. It all has music behind it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it helps the children learn better when there's melody behind whatever they're trying to teach. Kids, so when you put melodies behind something that you're trying to teach, it will literally teach. Somebody will start to learn it. They will start to pick it up.
Kid you not.
So
just right before the show, I was typing something in, and I was like, man, I forgot how to spell that word. And a song reminded me how to spell a word. Like the word respect when I was younger. R-E-S-P-E. That's how I learned how to spell respect.
Exactly.
Independent. Was the word earlier, and the song that came to my mind. What was that song? I-D-E. Lil Webby. Yeah. So it was like okay, boom. Music helped me. Music helped me retain something unconscious. Unconsciously. I just was listening to it for a groove, but just used it for something that could help me. Boom.
But that's what it's saying. Like in the article, it says people will say they just listen to it for the beat, but your subconscious is really taking in whatever you're listening to, and that's why we can recall certain things that we wasn't really paying attention to. We're like, dang, why that song in my head, or why that, or I remember that, because like even what you said with the children, right? You'll sit up there and try to teach them ABCs, say ABCs like this. But then you get them to learn that ABC, and now they got it.
Right.
So, man, you got something you want to say, Bron? I know you stepped back in, man. Oh, I posed the question: Do people value the music to the extent of of what we're speaking about anymore?
Say that again.
Do people value music to the extent of what we're speaking of?
I don't know. I can't say what they value or not. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. When you started the music, did this come to mind, or was it just something that you gravitated towards? So let's speak from your value of music. Did you take these things into account when you started your musical journey, or no?
Music has always been a part of me, even in the womb. You know what I'm saying? I started to go into this last time we was on. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But we had to rush through. But music always been a part of me. You know what I'm saying? But and when I woke up, it took me about 2.5 years to actually get into any truth music. Mm. And when I did, it was just because I wanted to share what I was learning. And that's the only reason why I touched it. And it wasn't about charging no money or none of that. You know what I'm saying? It was it was about just sharing what I was learning, man. And turning it into music, because I did miss music, you know, and I did want to get back into it. I did it my whole life, you know what I'm saying? I produced my first track when I was about 12, 13 years old, you know. So, and usually when I start something, I stick with that, you know. So that's why I started it free, and it's still free, because that's the mind that I started it with.
Okay.
You know?
So if I may ask, so you said coming out of the womb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Music was with you.
Before
coming
coming
out.
out.
So if you could give us a little insight on how exactly?
Well, my mother was pregnant, and she used to play me music, and I would react in the womb, you know, things like that, and I couldn't wait to get out here and get out here to that music. That's the only place I wanted to be. Nobody had to worry about me getting into nothing or nothing. I was right there in front of that speaker like this. You know what I mean? And before I could read, I was playing records.
Yeah, he came out like, turn on some music.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom threw a lot of parties and stuff like that. Like when you watch Menace to Society, how when the guy on the beginning, when, you know, he's running through that party, that was me. You know?
Yeah.
With the lights out, some kind of neon light on, some Marvin Gaye blasting, that was me.
Okay.
You know? I used to be up on that record, the record spinning right here, and I used to just watch it. You know, so I knew which song was which. And I just started touching stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was like, what is he doing? Get that boy. No, hold on, wait a minute. What is he doing?
He's creating something new.
I dropped the needle on a song, you know? So, yeah, music always been with me, man. I was sampling with tapes. You know, I was about 5, 6 years old, and for Christmas, I got a little radio, and I had a Fat Boys tape, and I had a Run DMC tape, and I used to loop it. You couldn't tell it was looped, and I would just like make long versions of songs of the parts that I would like. You know, okay, I want to hear this loop right here.
Yeah, I have heard.
And
DJs
I would make
do
it.
that.
I would make it long with a tape deck. You know,
so
tape deck and the pause button, catch it right on time. So you can just imagine how it was when I finally got my hands on some real music equipment. You know,
couldn't wait, huh? So man,
couldn't wait.
That's profound. Like I said, from birth, there's a connection, right? So I know that drove you. Before birth. So now, do you have a similar story, Maestro? And what's your take on do people value music in this day and age, man?
I mean, people value it, I think, like in their own way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People value the music for what it can do for them, and specifically. But as far as like what we were talking about, as far as the responsibility, I don't think they don't value the influence that it can have on people. But people value it. People love music. You know what I'm saying? They love how certain music makes them feel, and they love it. So to that point of how they value it, it's not for the common goal of humanity. It's just, I like this song. You know, it makes me feel like this. It makes me feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they value it. But to the degree that we're talking about, it ain't really valued to that degree. Because if it were, the music would be different. You know what I'm saying? The labels would push different, they would push the right type of music. The labels would push the right type of music if they just really valued it, what it can actually do. But, you know, like I say, we know what it is. So yeah, as far as my take on that, as far as the value, that's pretty much my take on that.
And That's definitely a great way to look at it. Like people do have their taste of music. That's why they have genres and things like that, right? So with that being stated, okay, I know you already kind of mentioned it, Bron, right? Should like when we say value pricing, or should there be a price or a tag on music, right? Now we know music industry wise, right? They charging, right? Should it be the same case in the truth music or in the Hebrew community?
Like charging as far as what? Like charging for an album, an EP, beats,
Albums,
mixing and
beats,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
singles.
across the board. It don't matter pretty much what it is. Anything that has to do, with the musical craft and the
Right.
putting it together, and then also the putting it out to the masses. Should there be a price for it?
Just music in general, or we talking about truth music? You see what I'm saying? I'm
Truth
trying to-
music. So we're gonna narrow it down, and we just
Yeah.
gonna say truth. We're gonna say truth music because we want to stick on that there because we know they doing
They gonna tax you.
they in the world. We know what they doing. We clearly see that. But
Right,
when
Absolutely.
we come to the truth,
Absolutely.
let me say this: when we come to the truth, things get kind of distorted.
It gets skewed and it's a
skewed
misunderstanding. This is a topic that definitely need to be discussed.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Definitely.
So
what say ye? What say
I
y'all?
mean,
This is a problem with our people, man. It's nice. It's nice to be able to do something, something unforced, something that you're not obligated to do, but you do it anyway, right? That's blessed in itself. But our people, we get to a point where we feel like you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? And we give everything to the Most High, which we should. But at the same time, you shouldn't step on your brother and your sister, and say, oh, you shut up, you get out the way. It's all about the Most High. No, the Most High brought that through a vessel. You see what I'm saying? So that's where our people are wrong at, where we begin to feel like you got to do this. Yeah, you come, you put yourself forward, you put your effort in, you put your work in, you put your time in, you run up your electricity bill and all of that, but you better not charge for the Most High's word. And that's where things become wrong. And that's not even only music, but everything that we put our hand to. Whatever we put our hand to. Our people, we get in the area where we start feeling like nobody has to do nothing. What people do is out of the kindness of their heart, or maybe they might be trying to get paid, A lot of people came into this like, hey, I come into this truth. I lost my job. I was selling people shrimp. I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So they lost what they used to do. They lost their support system. You know what I'm saying? Their family don't talk to them the same no more. Their friends don't talk to them the same no more. They can't hustle on the weekends, on the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Because they done gave all of that up for the Sabbath. But they know how to make music. And I could see where somebody could do it because they love making music. But at the same time, hey, I'm going to get paid off of this. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what I could do, about my financials, in the midst of me, putting my efforts into this.
Right.
So let me ask
And
this.
that's cool.
So let me ask this, Bronze, because because you just spoke earlier that you don't charge for yours, and I remember a post a while ago where you said you would never charge a dime. So from that from your aspect, because Maestro, we're gonna come to you next with it. We're gonna come to you next with it with your aspect of it. So from that aspect, why do you can you express why you don't?
Because when I came in, I didn't come in for that. You know, I just wanted to speak, and I wanted it to be a gift. You know, I wanted it to always be a gift. It took me a lot of years to finally put my music on Spotify and iTunes and all of that, Apple Music and all of this. It took me years to do that. I barely did that in 2017, something like that. And that was because God just had me cornered. And, you know, he was right here and he wasn't letting it go until I said, okay, I will do it. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we had been asking for a long time, man, put your stuff here, put it there, you know, you could listen to it on YouTube. If you want to download it and get it on a CD so you can put it in your car, however you want to do it, I got Bandcamp. And I was cool with that, you know, but for some reason they didn't want to go to Bandcamp, you know. A lot of people did, but a lot of people didn't. Listen, I'm over here on this Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? So I put it over there. And I don't know how much they charge for it over there, but I think in order to have it on their platforms at all, you have to charge something. You know, so I check that probably about once a year. You know what I'm saying? That's just over there doing what that's doing, you know. But that's the only place where it is. But I just wanted my music to be a gift. It's a gift from me. You know, yeah, I work. Matter of fact, I'll pay to do this. You know, because this stuff's not free. You know what I'm saying?
So that's
and these lights ain't free.
So that's why I wanted. So that's why I wanted to take it to Maestro at.
Now, before we go, let's hear his take on whether we should, because we're gonna go into the expenses. You know, to explain those things, right?
Okay, right.
So, what's your take on it?
Here's my take. Right, because I'm a musician. I've been a musician for a long time, well over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Being a musician, not even just somebody that plays an instrument, somebody that sings, somebody that raps, you understand, somebody that makes beats, somebody that mix and master. Music is an obligation. Music is a job. In whatever genre you would like to, you know, say that it is a job. It's an obligation. And how we know this, because you can even see this in our scriptures, that music is a job. When you read the book of Nehemiah, it talks about the people who were over the music, and they received a portion from the nation just to do music. This is in our scriptures. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know that. Some people read Nehemiah, they read straight over that part. But if you back it up some, okay, it's talking about the singers, it's talking about the musicians, because you understand, if you know the story of Nehemiah, you know what I'm saying? It was a time in Israel when everything was just all out of whack. And one of the things that was out of whack that Nehemiah mentioned is that the musicians were no longer getting a portion from the nation anymore. And that was a problem for Nehemiah. So he wanted to do everything he could to get that back going. You understand what I'm saying? So if we look at, because we know this, like, Satan is not original. You know what I'm saying? Satan is not an original person. He emulates everything that the Most High does. You understand? So when it comes to the music industry, why is he paying these people the money that he's paying them? Why does Satan put so much money into the music? Because when you go back into our records, the nation took care of the people who did the music. It's right there in Nehemiah. But it's a job, it's an obligation. You know what I'm saying? And like we're saying, not everybody is meant to do it. Of course, the people do it and people love to do it. But when I do it, you know what I'm saying? Not only am I doing it for the Most High, but it's a job. You know what I'm saying? It's a job for me. It's an obligation. And you have to be skilled at it. Because even the scriptures tell you, if you know, those that play, let them play skillfully. So it's a skill that comes with it. So it's definitely an obligation.
Man.
And see, like what you spoke on, like we're not speaking against anyone doing it, but it's a gift. Just like
right,
everyone is not going to teach.
Right.
Why? Because teaching is what? A gift.
Absolutely.
When it comes to a mechanic, you just gonna get anybody that feel like, okay, I think I can do mechanic work today.
Right.
Find yourself on the side of the road or not in this realm no more.
You feel what I'm saying? So why? I want to ask you, y'all give me just a statement if y'all don't mind. Why is it that the music lane is just wide open for anybody now, regardless if they have skill or that's their gift? Why is that?
So look, I want to open the lines up to see what people got to say about exactly what you just said. So we're gonna pull that number up again. We're gonna pull that number up.
Y'all call on in.
Real quick, see, because you saying something. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's saying something because it's a reason why Satan has only got the best people at the top with him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? There's a specific reason for that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we saying, there's no disrespect to anybody. You know what I'm saying? People love to do music, but it's not everybody's job. Music is a job. It was a job in our kingdom. It was an obligation in our kingdom. If you're not fit to do that job, you shouldn't be doing that job. Not just because you like it, and not just because I'm being dead serious right now. Because just like you just, man, you brought that's so key when you brought out something about, you know, if a person can't fix cars, he shouldn't be working on cars. You see what I'm saying? If this person can't cook, get your behind out the kitchen. Why are you in here? You know what I'm saying? But music is not looked at as an obligation. It's not looked at as a job. It's a job in our scriptures. It's a job.
And this is the thing I want to put out here real quick. And I made this statement on, I did a video on it on Facebook a while ago about the art of mixing and mastering. Because a lot of people mix and master their own music. No disrespect to anybody that mix and master their own music. But it's just the fact that it is. It's like, okay, a lot of people mix and master but don't know or understand the tools that encompass into making the vocal crispy. So just like a mechanic, we was just talking about a mechanic. If a mechanic sit up here and use
a screwdriver
when he need to use a wrench or something. I learned this when I was working on bikes. If you use the wrong tool for the wrong job, you're gonna mess it up.
Right.
You use vice grips on a boat when you could have got you a what are them things called?
The wrench.
You could have got you a wrench. You could have got you a socket wrench. That actually is fit for that.
It. See what I'm saying? It's when it comes to music, it's like it's open. Regardless if you're a flathead or a Phillip, you going.
And it's oversaturated with that. You know what I'm saying? Even in the world, like even in the secular world, you know what I'm saying? There's people out there Satan don't want. Because he's not stupid. He's not dumb. Like, listen, you can't sing. I can't use you for my agenda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's the same thing.
Right. And it's nothing that like and when we say
I can't sing
but it's like this, and it's like we not being disrespectful.
Right.
Because we have a higher respect for music and the Most High's music at that. And we not saying that okay, you can't sing, you can't do nothing. No. You have to find
what you can do.
You
just gotta find your gift. Yeah.
That's all we're saying. And let's add more value to it, because when it comes to the industry, they are very strategic.
Yeah.
And like I said, when we dive deeper into the the origin of music, that's gonna be the next part of it. We're gonna bring out the research on the fact that the reason why Lucifer is using music like a tool right now, because that was his function in the heavens.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So the way they're utilizing it in the world right now is a strategic attack.
Right.
So if we're combating that, right, going back to it, are you going to put a weak man in battle or a strong?
Exactly.
Are you going to put soldiers in combat, or are you going to get? You're not. Now, we can't say this when we go to the Walls of Jericho, right? So you got to be careful when you say compare music and warfare, because that's why music is powerful, right? How they do the blowing of the horns, right?
It is warfare, though. It is. You see what I'm saying? Because when Saul was being tormented with demons, he used David to war against those spirits by having David play the harp. You see what I'm saying? By having David play a stringed instrument. So it is war. So when it and I say this all the time. When I'm looking at the music, the reason I try to be as good as possible is because I know that there's a war going on. And I know that the music is part of that war.
Absolutely.
Because before we go to war, the trumpets are blown. Music is part of the trumpets. It's part of war. It's part of the war.
And you wouldn't guess. Well, y'all probably would. Y'all research. When I was looking up some things for the music, one of the first instruments that popped up as far as one of the pioneers of instruments, right? Guess what it was?
Right.
The shofar.
The shofar.
It says one of the first original instruments of music.
That's crazy.
So it goes back to us, right? But that's why we're bringing this out. Like, okay, let's be more careful and let's have more value and respect for the music in this day and time.
Right.
Right? So.
And it's a shame that you got to say that. It's a shame that you got to say that.
Yeah.
But these the conversations.
That's where my problem at. That's where my problem at. Why do you have to say that? You see what I'm saying? It's courteousness that we're lacking out here. You know what I'm saying? You know, we shouldn't have to put ourselves out here like this to say, hey, look at this. You know, look at what I'm doing here. Do you guys not see what I'm doing here? You know what I'm saying? We should just automatically just see things for what they're worth. But I understand that that's the thing that our people ain't savvy in yet.
Right.
You know, and that's why I say a lot of the things that I say is because for us to become mindful, you know, we're not mindful about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? We don't think we have to learn courtesy and you know what I'm saying, respect and things, you know, of this nature. You know, it's pretty messed up to have somebody working hard and not being noticed for it at all. You know?
Cause that's why we're wearing the shirt, man. And like I said, we're gonna touch on other topics, but this happens to be the one for tonight. Music, right? That's why we got these shirts today. The workman is worthy of his hire.
Exactly.
All of them. If you cook for all the chefs on, email us. We want to hear your story. For those
and that's what we.
I'm a man. Look.
Look.
Yeah, that's what we gonna do something though.
Oh, go ahead.
Look, it was I remember, because when I first came into the truth, I was like bronze as well, you know, at first, I quit music when I first came to the truth.
Me too.
I didn't do music at all, but then I started hearing the Dawada Lawyer, the John Boy, the Bronze, and I asked, I'm like, they do true music and stuff? I'm like, we can do music? He like, yeah, because at first I was like, it's the devil's music.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, it's the devil. I ain't dealing with it.
I was done with it. I was listen. The only reason I jumped back in it is because of Elder Ricard. You know what I'm saying? That was I literally, if a lot of people don't even know this, I sold before I left the country with them, you know, that whole thing that happened. But before I left, man, I sold my keyboard, I sold my equipment, and I was done. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'm done with this. I'm going to Egypt. America finna blow up. You know. So it still is, but it ain't happened yet. You know what I'm saying? So I was done with it. And then I get over to Egypt, and I finally meet Elder Ricard we had a Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? I walk up in there, you know, he starts to say, man, I want to hear some music and stuff like that. Then he starts singing and all of that. And I'm like, I didn't know that this guy could sing or none of that. I didn't know any of that. You know what I'm saying? So then say it again.
Dance now too.
Yeah, straight Michael Jackson, all of that stuff. So, and like I told the story before, I gave it up, and the brother Rapaya Allah, he's on the Tazion song, he came over to Egypt with equipment, and I wound up living with this brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, what is going on? He bought a keyboard and everything. He didn't know how to use none of it. I'm the only guy over there who knows how to use this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I threw it away. I was done with it. And the Most High just brought it right back. I wasn't even looking for it. I was running from it. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't run from it because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Even Elder Ricard had to help me realize that in certain instances. Because I'm like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's just too much stuff going on with the music industry if you want to be down with them and all of this. So I was done with it. But yeah, that thing came right back. The Most High didn't let me run from it. He ain't let me run from it.
Go ahead, John.
Kind. So real quick to finish off the statement that I was saying, when it came to when I actually started back doing the music, I was like bronze. I was like, there's a gift. The first scripture that came to mind, freely give, freely receive. And that's what I hung on when I first started doing music in the truth. Freely give, freely receive. And then it came down the line, you know, I would say things to brothers, but like, you don't need to charge for music, like freely give, freely receive. You don't need to charge for the word. Why you gonna put a price tag on the word? You know, so I was on things like that until I said that to a brother, and he was like, he hit me with two precepts. I never forget them. This one here, a workman is worthy of his hire, and then he hit me with another one from Paul. He said, he said, if I give you spiritual things, shall I not reap your carnal? I'm like, man, you taking that out of context. I had to let that marinate for about 3 days.
Right.
And I'm like, what we do, that's when I started realizing, like, what we do is something really, really, really spiritual because it moves people.
Right, and that's why I brought out the information. For those that's just coming in, you gotta watch the beginning. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what the power that the Most High has placed within this whole musical element. And we're gonna dive in it more, but this gives a whole nother perspective of music.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Why not be willing to, you know, give carnal things, which is, you know, revenue, if that's what it be, for something that could benefit you now and on down the line. Get you out. It could get you out of slump. Oh, I mean, come on.
See, because it ain't even to, like, even the degree that you saying it, it's not even about the individual being able to receive some type of financial, stability from it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see how it's very strategic. These people have the upper hand because they have time to do it.
And that's it.
You see what I'm saying? They have the time to make that crap that they making. You see what I'm saying? And the only way you can get that time is finances. Money is a defense. You see what I'm saying? So people like I work for Amazon and all of that. People like us, we don't have the time that these people get paid to do this 24/7. I know these people. I know some of these people. They don't do nothing but music. That's it. That's what they get paid for. This is what that's what their contract is. It's 24/7. How can you beat that if you got a 9 to 5?
And this
How can you
right
beat
here.
that type of thing if you work in a 9 to 5?
This is my
You see
thing
what I'm
right
saying?
here.
So
I
it's
believe, real quick. This is my thing. I believe if a lot of other brothers and sisters were their music were valued as it should be valued, they would have more time to give the community more. Because check this out, if people didn't value anybody that teaches the word,
how would we get the word?
how would we get the word?
Listen,
Unless they have the time to be
right
able
there.
to
Study.
Right there, that's a point. Because man, I seen when Elder Ricard first started the academy. I seen the whole, well, the first one, I was in the first one. The first one was in Egypt. We did workouts and things like that. But I seen when he first set up the online Bible Academy. You see what I'm saying? And I seen how it only started off with like 20 people in that mug, about 30, you know what I'm saying? So it was you know what I'm saying? It was somewhat of a struggle at the beginning. And then it started to grow. You know what I'm saying? But people were, once more people started to put more money into it, man, they had more time to go into the stuff that they go into. Listen, bro. The type of knowledge that they have, you can't get that working a 9 to 5. I'm telling you, you're not gonna get that. I used to go upstairs and watch Elder Lawyer, in these books all day. I'm like, you want to go get some food? You're like, no, I'm good. And you want to go hoop or something? Like, no, I'm good. Just studying 24/7, coming up with these lessons and these understandings and these breakdowns, these phenomenal breakdowns. They would not have been able to get this if they was working a 9 to 5. You see what I'm saying? But it all goes back to the scriptures. The priests were being financially taken care of by the nation to teach the people.
Right.
But it wasn't just the priests.
So
But that's what I was saying.
Real quick, before y'all go into what y'all go into, Sand of the Sea or Velas, we just sent you an email right now to the Sand of the Sea email. So go ahead to that one, and that way you can get in.
And to the listeners, to the audience, put the number up there again. Y'all call in. We want to hear from y'all too. We just giving our spiel. We want y'all to get in on this.
Yeah, y'all can
get in on it.
Y'all can give us a total different direction.
So now, with the fact of what we're saying, so we're leaning towards, okay, when it comes to not demanding, because I think that's what, Bron was saying on the one hand side, as far as them demanding it from us, but at the same time, we don't. That's why it shouldn't be so sensitive. We shouldn't have to demand finances from you all, and that's not what we're doing now. We're just saying, do we value it? You pay for what you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If you want that fried chicken from KFC, which I don't eat, right? We're not promoting KFC. Are they going to just give it to you, or do you got to go pay for that?
Right. And then
it's because you value it and you respect what they got going on.
People really value it, and do they appreciate it? Because me, honestly, I think brothers should turn the donation button off. Turn the donation button off. Because if you're a person, I'm being serious. If you're a person, and I'm looking at your setup, Bronze. I'm like, yo, man, that stuff not cheap in there. That ain't cheap. Studio time not cheap. Getting it mixed and mastered, this stuff is not cheap, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Can we let's touch on that right quick? Let's touch on that.
So even a brother like yourself that gives it away freely, which is noble. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to. I'm gonna just say this: if you let Israel deal with niggotry, they gonna continue to deal with niggotry.
Definitely.
Oh no! So you have to listen.
I'm a giver though, man. I'm a giver, man. I'm hopeless, man. I'm a hopeless giver, man.
I feel you, but you
I'm
gotta
a hopeless giver, man.
You gotta put some fire up under these people. You gotta give them some type of obligation, because
I don't want it. If I gotta ask for it, I don't want it. If I gotta ask for your support, you never see me hear your support. You ain't never heard me say that.
Right.
Can I get some support?
You're right.
I need some support. You ain't never heard. I don't even talk like that.
You're right.
Because if you're not gonna give it to me freely, I don't want it. If you don't think I deserve it, I don't want it.
Right.
Right.
And let me tell
But
you,
see, that'll
and
draw
let me
the
tell you
line,
that
though.
I don't need for nothing. I give away more than I keep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have so much stuff, family. I own so much stuff. And I ain't punched the clock for Esau since 2013.
Run it back,
I
God.
was talking to Brunity. I was talking to Brunity not long ago, and I was telling him, I don't know where it's coming from.
Right. Right.
You know, it's like, what do you do? And I couldn't answer that. I don't know what I do. I sweat, I break sweats and things, but it's for my family. You know, the stuff that I do on the land. You know, the stuff that I do on the multiple storages.
Right.
You know, I got about 3 storages, and I just bounce around through them storages. You know, I got trailers and stuff like that. You know, utility trailers, and I move that stuff around. I got to go do it now. You know, and I move all of this stuff around. And I thought about that, and I was like, man, I'm always sweating. I'm always carrying something heavy. I'm always doing something, but it's for my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going downward. It's not going upward, you know, to Esau somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I work for myself.
Right. Right.
And you know, everything is you know, it's free. And that's just my faith. I wouldn't even encourage anybody else to try to do what I'm doing, because it's not like that. It's not like, you know, okay, Brian stopped this, so I'm gonna stop that, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do. Yeah, you might wind up on the streets.
Right.
If your faith don't match that, your faith has to match that.
That's it right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it right there.
So that's why I'm not in here going gung-ho, because I know that a lot of people's faith might not be the same. I don't believe I have to do anything. I don't do anything. I sweat for my family. Other than that, I don't do anything. You know? I got some cars and stuff. I fix up these classic cars. I take it from one place to another, and you know what I'm saying? I sell one and it funds, you know, another one. And that one, when I sell that one, it funds the rest. So all I'm doing is taking classic cars and dropping them off and getting something done to them until they're complete. And then I'm selling them. Right? And then my rib got the clothes, you know? So my music is free. So all of that Brother Brian's you hear, that's solely between the Most High and whoever it reaches. That's why I don't promote it. I don't do none of that. I'll upload it to YouTube. I'm done. A lot of this stuff, I don't even know the lyrics. I just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless I really love that song and just beat it into my head constantly, just playing it, I probably don't even know that song.
Most
might
of the
catch
time,
me
that's how
do a
you know
show.
how songs are spirit driven, when you don't like when you don't dwell on one song and you moving on to the next one, because the spirit's like, okay, I dropped what I dropped there. Now it's time for me to go here. And you just keep moving forward and keep moving forward. When it comes to music and your spirit isn't in it.
Right.
If it's vain, yeah, you probably gonna some. Now let me not say that apply this to all. Some will probably remember every lyric.
Just knocking these subjects down.
Right.
Just subjects, you know?
Yo,
Oh, what do I know in this subject? What's every precept I know in this subject?
yo, family. Praise the Father.
Niggas alive in the building.
I just got to rewind back to the beginning. I know I jumped in a little late, but I feel like what I have to say is pretty important, right? First thing I'm gonna put on the table is that our people did not know the value of music when we came into the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Neither did we know the value of music outside of the truth. Now, I'm gonna explain the reason why. The main reason why is because mainstream media didn't explain how much it costs for an artist to live.
Right.
We never knew. So, for example, when we used to listen to, I don't want to bring out any famous people names, but think about these rappers and singers, and
Right.
we was just listening to the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was just listening to the radio,
Right.
and we knew that they get paid a lot of money, but we never understood the value of what they were doing.
Right.
Even coming into the truth, you don't know the value, and it's kind of mixed in with, you got a gift, so you just share. Freely give is freely receive, which is all that's a blessing. Either which way you would like to handle your gift, that's cool. Whether if you want to give it for free, it's a blessing. If you want to get paid for it, it's still a blessing. If you don't want to get paid for it, somebody gonna pay you because you that good. That's how that works, right?
Right.
So, the deal is that the value aspect in the truth from all areas, because it just don't happen with music. You got brothers that know how to do plumbing, where Israel be like, yeah, man, I got a problem at the house. Can you come through? And then they just drop them $10 or $5. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the thought behind the value.
The niggatry. The niggatry of this person. What is
it's the brother.
Right?
The brother and the sister. We all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying I was one of those person that was expecting everything for free, but I'm like, if I need help, I just need help. If I don't got it, I just don't got it. But I don't always ask for help. But that's not me. I really don't ask for help at all. Nevertheless, I'm helping everybody else. That's my thing. Let me help everybody, and nobody gotta pay me. Nobody gotta pay me for nothing.
Right.
So but that's not me being an artist. It's not. I could be moving your stuff. I could be moving houses. I could be, whatever the case might be. All I'm saying is that
was another one of my businesses.
Yeah. Because people paid you. People paid you. But this is what I want to take it back to the artist part, the artist and the truth. And I was talking to COE, and I was having this conversation. Just got finished texting Brother Bronze. I believe that there's a time where we're going to take what we have to another level, and the explanation of that level is simply, you kind of already hear about these concerts, Hebrew concerts, and things like that, but there's an aspect that many of these people be doing it out of strict love. Like, they trying to figure it out. We almost there and figuring out, like, at one point it's gonna be an Israelite concert, a large one, not something small, but the business aspect, when that comes into show the value of the artist.
Right.
Some artists don't even know how to show their value besides their skill.
And see, that's what we're trying to put that out there, that it's what's some of the things that throw at you, vainglory, or you doing it, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the scriptures say
that about me.
You see what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. These are things that come out.
For you to say that about me.
These are the things that come out, though. This is what comes out. And we have to get rid of that stigma in this community.
So let's do this. Let's take 5 things that make an artist valuable. What are 5 things that makes an artist valuable besides just laying the track down?
Okay, so that's a question for the listeners. Call in and give us your spiel. As we continue, as you come in,
Call on in.
Yeah, come on.
we
in.
want to hear from the listeners,
with
the
it.
audience, those that you know are being fed through the music. Call in and give us.
I
what
want
y'all
to
think.
say. I want to say that whenever we gotta open up our mouths, that's a problem,
Problem.
and that's where I want to see us get. I want to see us get to where automatically, if we know we benefited something from something, to leave something in the place of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care who you are, if you're the artist or the listener is wrong to expect the artist to bring forth some music that they don't got to pay for.
So let's run into this.
The artist is wrong as soon as he has to say, y'all ought to buy my stuff. You
Right.
guys ought to pay me for what
Right,
I'm
you,
doing.
you feel like you should. You feel like within your spirit,
Oh,
you
my
like,
God.
man, I don't want to have to say that. You shouldn't have to.
But
So we're
whenever-
gonna dive into. We're
But-
gonna bring some statistics out, man, to highlight some
That-
things on
Yes.
on
We
what
can
it
nip
takes.
all of that in the bud. We can nip all of that in
Yeah.
the bud. If everybody just be courteous, man, you know you got something from there.
Yeah, man. You know.
You know you got something from there. So go ahead and leave $5-10 in the plate. And I can't say I have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't charge, and that's just because I don't ever want to turn anybody away empty-handed.
Right.
Right.
Whether you can afford it or not. That's just not me. I'm not gonna just you can't have this because you don't have the money.
Nah.
So that's why I throw it out there. But the cold thing is, the people who do pay, they pay for the people that didn't pay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it pans out.
But I'm gonna say this part too.
Just wait. People gotta bring they. They gotta bring their stuff to the table, man. People shouldn't keep having to accommodate for something that you lacking or you don't really want to do, but you just rather let somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying? Israel gotta start being responsible, man. We gotta be accountable.
And
for
that's
it.
what we gotta get in building.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
We're building.
Listen.
We gotta build.
Check this
So
out.
wait up.
Check
One second.
this out.
So
I need every.
One second. Cause we getting the calls coming in, and then we want to set the tone for the callers when we bring these we're gonna bring these facts out, these statistics. And I know y'all going to speak on it too, but we want to hear from them. So brother Balash, you gonna? He said he got one thing.
One thing. All right.
Yeah, brother Balash.
Go ahead. All right, go ahead, Balash. You gotta unmute your mic.
Okay, 60 seconds. Look, check it out.
All right, my time is on. Come on,
these
come on,
people-
come on, brother. Come on, brother.
Come on.
You already know what we're doing.
Y'all taking up my time right now. Y'all taking up my time. Okay, check this out. Whether we rich artists and rich people that making money in this already do things for free.
Right.
But there's a business side to it. There's a business. That's why they call it a non-profit. That's why they call it non-profit. All these side deals that they make for people that are in need, they benefit either which way. And that's all I want to share, because there is a way to give things for free and still benefit the talent and the business-minded individual.
Right.
So we're gonna speak on what we're speaking on now. Cause like I said, we got and put the number out there. We got Aquan. He said, "What's that Zoom again?"
Okay. All right. Let me get that Zoom going. So
while he's getting the Zoom going,
all right, that's
the
Zoom
next
number.
topic that Chop is about to bring some statistics out on is the financial expenses of an artist. The unheard side of the music. You know, the value of music, right? The financial expenses.
Let's go.
So we got a lot of people calling in right now when we bring y'all
Let's
in.
go.
Yeah, so we're gonna bring them in right after he bring these facts out, and then we won't hear from the callers that call in.
Con. So I'm muting y'all right now. I'm gonna go to y'all the order
In
that
order.
everybody came in. So y'all just give us a second. We about to go down these statistics real quick. So these are some that I know personally myself. I did the research and to make sure that my numbers was right, and I released this post back in September 24th, 2018. Pretty much speaking on the
What it
expenses of an artist alone. So
Right.
it's not a producer. It's not any of the engineers or musicians. It's for the artists, the people that actually make the music, put the word to
Right.
and everything, because the expense is more on them than it is anybody else, because they have to pay for various different things. So we going straight into it. So artist expenses. So typically for a beat, and this is on the low end. This is on the low end for an independent artist. On the low end, anywhere from you can say $25 to $500 on the low end to buy a beat, all exclusive, for them to be able. Okay, let me get the screen back going here. I'm sorry, y'all.
$25.
Get the screen back going here. Yes. on the low end.
That's the low, and that's the least. That's the least side.
This is the low end. This is the low end.
Give them the high end though,
This
cause
is the low end.
that's what Maestro.
Well, we already know on the high end for a real good beat, somebody you should be charging about at least 1,200 or at least more, because once we make it, like speaking from a beat maker, once I make that beat one time and I sell it, you go on to make music, make money off of it forever.
No telling how much.
No telling how much.
That's those in the industry as well. Like,
I know
Right.
somebody.
I make that
personally
$1
that's
off of
selling
it.
Five racks. I
Five
know him personally. 5 racks for a beat.
Right,
Yeah.
but you got some
They out here.
Zay Topin. I think he probably about like 10
It's
for a
one
beat.
cat that's like 20. Yeah.
Yeah, like 10.50 for a beat.
all right, right. And so we on one expense of an artist,
This is one expense.
and that's one song,
That's one song. That's one
possibly, right? Go ahead.
But that's
keep
just the
going.
beat.
That's just
You ain't
the
even
beat.
get the other stuff
We ain't
yet.
got to everything else yet.
That's just the beat.
That's just the beat.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so you got studio time ranging anywhere from $40 to $70 an hour. Now you got some other studios where it can range to on the high end to about $130, $150 an hour for a studio session. You pay, like, definitely you paying for what them folk got in there, and you paying for their time, and you paying for their knowledge. Like,
Exactly.
if you can go in there and go turn a few knobs, be my guest. Not being condescending, but be my guest.
Go ahead.
Oh, you
That's
right.
good. That's good.
All right, so now moving on. Mixing, because don't get studio time confused with mixing. Those are two different things. I'm bringing y'all in, but I'm gonna mute y'all. I'm muting y'all as y'all come in. All right, so studio time is pretty much, that's a mixing engineer. I mean, that's a recording engineer. That's one job. You got your mixing engineer. That's another job, ranging anywhere from $20 to $30. Well, I got per track, but if you put them on an hourly scale, depending on the percentile, let me get to that where that's at. On the mixing percentile. On the mixing percentile, it can range anywhere from $19 to $62, depending on the percentile. The 25% percentile, average 75% percentile, and then the top earnings. Now that's hourly wages if you're getting paid hourly. But what people do now, they charge per track. It takes a long time to mix a track. Maestro can attest to that. I can attest to that. Bronze can attest to that. We have Aquan on here. He can attest to that. Just for one track, it can doggone there take anywhere from a day to 2 days just to mix one track.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly a week.
All right.
About a week. Yeah.
All right, so going into the next expense is mastering. And it ranges in the same thing. $20 to $7 an hour on an hourly rate.
And like I said, this is from amateur, those that ain't dealing with the whole professional. Because like I said, the thing is, we're striving to give you better quality, and I don't want to step before, but go ahead, man. Let's go.
Right.
So that's what mastering. And typically mastering is just like mixing. We'll give you like a set rate and be like, okay, I know for me it'd be like $100 for $50 for a master. If you need something big and in depth, it'll go up to probably about like 150 if you got track out stems that got the beat into it, because a lot of people don't know that you got to mix the beat track out stems along with the vocal track out stems in order to get a clean mix.
Exactly.
And don't let it be a person singing.
Best mix possible has to be track outs.
Maestro, and don't let it be someone singing. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Look, and I just expressed this now. We just did a track the other day with Sean. It's already at 48 tracks, and that's without the beat being tracked out.
Exactly. You got to mix all of that.
All of that.
You can bust it. You know the terminology. You can bust some of that stuff. But for the most part, 42, that's a lot. That's a lot of tracks.
Yeah, that's just vocals. So you can already see the time that's being put into doing the music. Okay, so going back into it, then you got to shoot a video.
For those that do that aspect, right?
That's starting at $200 to $900. Now, this is on the low end, for a low budget video. So these are low budget prices, because music videos can go all the way up to almost $500,000 depending on what you want. But we ain't about to sit up here and spend $500,000 on no video. We gonna be straight up 100.
We'll wait till the kingdom.
Right.
You know, if you shoot videos in the kingdom, I got you.
Well, no,
you know.
It can happen. But it can happen, but we gotta make it happen.
Right.
Just to sell the vision, anywhere from $200 to $900 will get you a nice quality video on a low budget. On a just straight out the box, low budget. And then some good promotion, anywhere from $300 to $1,000 a month just to promote your album. Because what we can do, we can put it on Facebook, we can put it on Instagram, we can put it on what's that other thing, the TikTok. Put it on TikTok, and organically it can do something. But when you pay for promotion, it goes further than what your friends can see. You don't want to just share it to your friends. You want to share it to the people that's online searching for Christian music.
Or we're trying to plant seeds. So you got to think about this. Like I said, it's a warfare, right? And they are spending big budgets to reach the youth, to reach our people, to keep them in traps. So with that, we want to hear from.
I'm gonna say this last part.
So there's another one. Okay.
Yeah. So on this last part, so I put to put out a 12-track album on the low budget would run around 18 just factoring these numbers on the low budget, $1,820, not including distribution fees.
And that he's being generous with that, because we already know.
Yeah.
Nah, that it don't happen like that. But that's fairy tale prices, right?
Now, going into it, now if you really want a real good album, it said to put out a 12-track album on a good budget with all ownership, because ownership is key. If anybody own any aspect of your music, you wouldn't really benefit off of it, because like mixtape beats, like you do a mixtape song, they can mess with that. Eventually somebody's gonna buy that beat and you can no longer use that. Your contract is revoked. Okay, so it's like, okay, with all ownership would run around $9,000, not including distribution fees.
That's a pretty penny right there. So we're gonna let that marinate. Then we're gonna bring some of the callers in. We got a couple artists. So
So I gotta extend this thing because quite a few people called in. So who did we have?
We had Jeremiah first.
Okay, Jeremiah, you can unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Mr. Jeremiah.
Gang in the building. Let's give him a round of applause right here, right?
Yep.
Shalom.
Shalom, brother.
Yeah. Man, I was just too excited just listening to the whole thing. I've been just so excited, and a special shout out to all of you, Brother Bronze, Maestro Mike, and I see Aquan as well. These are brothers that I've been looking at from far, man, and being blessed by all your work. Hey, listen, I think one of the things I'm beginning to understand, because it almost feels like I've been doing this alone for a long time, but I'm realizing that once you have the Most High, you are not alone, because it's like I was listening to my story the whole time the conversation was going on. I was listening to it's exactly what's been going on with me. Once I came into the truth in 2015, I was actually researching to write the song Coming Back. You know, that I have a song Coming Back. I was researching to write that song. And then it was through the research, I saw a bunch of brothers with turbans talking on YouTube. And that changed. I had to stop everything. And then I did that song, did another song, and then I started binging on that music. And then the next thing you know, I'm like, I can't do music anymore. I have to know this Bible. So I quit it completely. I stopped it. I died to music. I was not interested in music. I just wanted to understand what the Most High was saying.
Absolutely.
And then fast forward to what do you call it now? The next thing you know, the Most High starts putting pressure on me to go back to the same music again. You know, in fact, I got rid of my entire studio. I got rid of everything. There was a time I think I was one of the biggest musicians in Nigeria sometime in 2000, between 2004 and 2006. I was one of the hottest musicians in Nigeria. And then I used to charge about $2,000, $3,000 for a beat, to make beats for people, because so now everything, because
I need to come to Nigeria.
Boy,
Yeah,
tell me about it, man.
man, I'm telling you, man, there's a lot going on here. And trust me, let me tell you, this place is actually ripe for the taking, especially if you're in the truth. This place is just ripe for the taking. This is the time right now. So the whole thing is, once I noticed, then eventually I started making songs, and I started putting out songs. Every week I'll put out a song for free, and I'll advertise it for free. So now I get it through the conversation. I'm getting that everything is in stages with this truth. Because if you go back to the music, apart from the point you brought up from the book of Nehemiah, Brother Maestro Mike, one of the things that I've noticed is that that most or all of the prophets were actually musicians. You hardly ever find a specific person that's only a musician and nothing else.
Right.
So primarily their job was prophecy, and then the music was like a side thing that they used to embellish the prophecy. For instance, David is one of the greatest musicians we all ever knew, but none of us know one melody to any of his songs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the word of the Most High. That's the most important thing that we got. And what the Most High has been dealing with me in is the idolatry of music. You see that, Brother Shem, you were talking about vainglory. You understand what I'm saying? So that idolatry of music is part of the reasons why we have not risen to the level that we ought to rise to, because there's so much more. But it's not about the music. The healing is in the word, not just in the melodies. Because what the melody is supposed to do is to prepare people to receive the word of the Most High. And that's not what we are using the music for, and we're just wasting our time. We're not different from all these other people that have sold their gifts of prophecy to the industry. You understand? So they are prophesying, all this wickedness and evil. So now, by the time you start looking at what's going on, I understood that I have to teach my audience. On Facebook, I have an audience of about 180 something thousand followers. So on Facebook, I had to now start teaching my audience that according to the Bible, we can actually build, we can build ourselves. Because if you say you're just going to chill and wait for them to actually give you money or to come and buy your stuff, they're not going to get it. So I had to now start opening the scriptures and showing them, listen, if we are going to build a community, if we are going to build a family, if we are going to build a nation, this is how you all ought to think. Now, let me tell you this. There's a lot of, there's a lot of ups and downs here in Africa, in certain parts of Africa that I'm in right now. You understand? So there will be times where we have to run away. And we, like the last time that happened to me in 2018, I lost everything. I lost all my equipment. Everything went, So while I was in a different city, then we came back to this city. Then the kidnappers started. They started kidnapping and blah. It's crazy. The entire Nigerian story is crazy, but we got the Most High. They ain't gonna touch us. So the next thing that
look,
happens, we change cities again. We have to change cities. All praises to the Most High. You know, so we changed cities, and I was in a hotel, similar to your Egypt story, Brother Mike. Then the Most High gave me this idea to set up a music collection, because I've been making music for so many years. I started in 1988. So I've been making music for so many years. I've been recording music, and I've been keeping it, but I've never been releasing it. Why? Because there's a great battle, especially if you're not obeying the Christian church, and if you're not obeying the industry, then there's nothing for you out here, nothing. So I understood that I had to go on my platform. So I did something that there's nobody in this side of Nigeria has ever done before. I told people I put up a 7-album collection for $100, and I had about 300 people buy it in no time. You understand?
Crazy. And see,
I've been able to set up. Go ahead.
Now, go ahead and finish that point, because the route you going, we're going to bring you on.
So I was able to set up such an amazing studio. So this entire journey is a blessing, and guess what? In this whole truth, the only thing that I praise the Most High for truth, for this ministry, for the ministry of GOCC, because listen, let me just tell you this. There's nothing that I've not seen. There's nothing that hasn't happened here. But the Most High has given me a very constant and consistent spirit. I don't care what happens. I don't care what I lose. I don't care who leaves me. I don't care what happens. I stay on the lessons. I stay every single time. So through that, the Most High started opening my eyes. So a lot of the things that I heard today were super confirmations, man. I give all praises to the Most High. So we have to teach people to pay for our content. That's part of the gift, I think, that the Most High has given us. It's not just about the music and the songs and that entire celebrity lifestyle. I keep telling people I love being popular, but I hate being a celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. Celebrity has a lot to do with their expectations of me. The popularity is what God has given me based on what I know how to do, and that opens all sorts of doors. And I like that. I just don't like the celebrity aspect, because that has to do with people's expectations. So now through that, I decided to continue to live a simple life, and that sort of just created a niche for me. I didn't know that was possible. This entire journey, everything has been a revelation for me, and I praise the Most High. Man, I owe this church everything I got, man. I give all praises to the Most High. I owe him my life, and I owe this church everything too. Man.
Hey, y'all expect to see this, brother. We're gonna have to make this happen.
Yeah,
we're gonna get some more.
Like he was saying, and that's all it is, because it's not about, ain't nobody trying to be a celebrity or have millions of dollars and things like that. It's just like it's to the degree, just put brothers in a position, or sisters, you know what I'm saying, in a position to where they can do this for you all the time, 24/7. This is all they focus on. Just like it was in the scriptures when Nehemiah had to set the singers and the musicians back up. That's all they did, 24/7. So that's all people ask is, like, at least put me in a position where I can just do this for you all the time. You know what I mean? But don't be feeling a certain type of way when I'm like, yo, I need you to pay me something. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's completely. I'm like, what type of demon is that on you telling me? Hey, telling you don't have to pay me. What? That's a demon.
Balas, put your hand down.
Balas, we got 2 more callers, Balas, before you.
That demon name is niggertree.
Hey, I just want to say this real quick. I sat next to Brother Maestro, and I said, "Hey, you got a free beat?" And he was like, I got some children to feed. I got people to feed.
Look. I never forget, because I was similar on the same thing too, because I know all this stuff. But I asked him, I said how much it be slanging, and he was like, well, whoop. I was like, I get back with you. I was like, it's out of my budget. but what I do now, you know, I'll praise to the Most High, and we'll get to the next caller real quick. Through through Deacon Balas, you know, putting a little wisdom on us, bartering and trading. Because I ain't never been the person where it was about all where
About the
I'm all
money.
about the money. Because I've never always been about the money. So you know, I'm gonna shout out a few names. Shout out to my brother Young Neff back up in Flint, up in the Mitten. My brother World Bambino. Like a lot of these people, and it's a lot more people. That it was like they used to pay for studio time with me. They used to pay for beats and everything like that. But it was that I liked what they did so much. I was like, you know what? Just come, cause I like what you're doing. Just come do it. And still now, I still got that same energy when it comes to people in the truth. I like what you're doing. Just do that beat, and we're gonna do this, and then we can handle all of that later. But look, just do this beat right here. Just I mixed this track for you for free. It didn't matter to me about money, but people considering that, you know, I do have a family, I do take time out. If you did give me some money, I ain't tripping about that either. Give it to me. But I want to see people win.
Right. Listen, and I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you something, right? Soldiers for Christ album, the album that they put out that I did a lot of tracks on. So how we worked it was a barter. It wasn't because I don't know how people feel about me. I don't really care. But it was a barter. So what they did, they helped me because they build what is it that they do? They do like they help deal with certain things inside of houses like drywall and floor and tile and stuff like that. Construction and things like that.
Company name, Kingdom Builders.
Yeah.
Real cold.
So what we did, they helped me build my studio that was at the church. I couldn't pay it, but they wanted me to have a studio because they wanted somewhere to record outside of, you know, some of these wicked places. You know what I'm saying? So they helped me build my studio. You know what I'm saying? I just had to, you know, supply. I had to just try to find the stuff. I didn't have to pay these brothers for the labor. So what I did, I didn't charge them for the beats on the album that they did. I just charged them for the mixing and the studio time and the mixing and the master, but I didn't charge them for the beats. So we were able to barter that, because even if I would have charged them with the beats, if I would have charged them for the beats, it would have came up to what I might have had to pay them for that labor. Exactly. So bartering is beautiful. So but we bartered with that album. We bartered with that. Yeah.
Oh, praises. But this is the thing. Now we're just like a mechanic work or construction work. Now we're putting music in the making it equivalent. It's equivalent.
Exactly.
It's not just because. No, it has value.
It has value. Exactly.
All right, so let's get to the next caller.
So we got Aquan. That was our next caller.
Nah, I think it was Alam.
It was Alam?
Yeah.
Deacon Alam. All right.
We're coming to you, Aquan. We're coming to you next.
Yeah, I said that at the same time.
Shalom. Man, my boys. Hey, y'all forgot the expense though.
Okay, break it out.
It's the most expensive expense. It don't cost you anything, but it costs you everything.
Here you go.
That lifestyle. Because I'm the type of person, bro, I'm not gonna listen to anybody's music if I can't verify if they actually living what they dropping.
Real talk.
Bring it out.
And there's a lot of people like that.
One. That's a very big one.
Whoops.
So right there. So right there, right? So this has been wait up. So would you say, Alam, that this has been a virus or something that's been looked over for many years? Not just true, but even the Fugazi,
the big cappers,
the cappers in the world promoting whatever they're promoting.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Like that's back deep. In the day, bro, when it's crazy because me and Elder Ariel, we was talking about this the other day, right? Even in the world, like certain rappers, like I may jump on a track every now and then, but I stayed away. Like a lot of my homeboys rap because like the whole Swisher House stuff, like all that originated in my school. Like we was the generation after them. You know what I'm saying? So that thing was still there. So a lot of my homeboys was repeating the same processes that a lot of the stars that went platinum and had, you know, major success, you know, within our own neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And I purposely didn't rap because I always wanted to stay away from that, you know, because a lot of stuff they was rapping about I was doing. Not, you know, I got regret now. You know what I'm saying? But I was like that then, to where if I couldn't verify, you know what I'm saying, and see, like, I watch interviews and check out a cat and see how they move and how they operating, and then that'll make me want to listen to their music. So like I jam, bro. Like I done bronze and pull up in H-Town. I see bronze Passovers. I see bronze. I can make a phone. Hey, bronze been active in the church. I'm a jam bronze. You know what I'm saying? Maestro, me and Maestro been, you know, that's my brother. We here in the same, you know, same body. You know what I'm saying? Aquan. You know what I'm saying? When I first came to the body, Aquan and them had just left. All I used to hear was like, man, Aquan, that's a good brother, but y'all would have been some characters together, you know, blah, you know, so on and so forth. So like certain brothers, because you got to understand, man, when you make this a lifestyle, when you live this lifestyle, there's so many things that go unseen that you have to sacrifice, and you pass up a lot of opportunity. You know what I mean? You pass up a lot of financial gain. You pass up a whole lot of stuff by making a conscious decision to live this lifestyle and live the gospel and live what you read and try to be an example, be a doer and not just a hearer. So whether people know it or not, that costs more than anything. Like I own a trucking company. Like, man, I passed up so much money over the years because I refused to compromise. You know what I mean? And even like when y'all talking about, because it translates, it's the same thing y'all did with the music, I deal with in the trucking game. Everybody wants to get in the trucking game. And it's crazy because I have sometimes, you know, I'm the type, I feel, but me and Mike had plenty conversations, you know what I'm saying, on stuff when it comes to charging and not charging. Like, I'm the type of person, I give away free game all day long. All day, every day, I give free game. To the point to where it's like, Israel, we got a problem to where we'll just pull and pull and pull, but and I never look for the money. You know what I'm saying? I put people on, and people try to pay me a percentage, and I turn it down just for putting them on certain things in the trucking game. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to charge you that. You know what I mean? Like, man, get on your feet, because what we don't do, Israel will pull and pull, and we'll never, you know, put back to keep the wheels going. You know what I'm saying? It don't even have to be money. It don't even necessarily have to be. When you utilize what I had to go through blood, sweat, and tears to get, and I'm able to give it to you, because when I came in, like especially in the trucking game, when I came in, I had to figure out everything on my own, and it cost me money. All of the information that I did not know, it cost me money. I had to pay to get that information. And you know what I mean? Because I didn't have anybody to give it to me freely.
I want to speak on that point real quick. Real quick, Alam. I want to speak on that point real quick, because I was taught when I was in elementary, probably about like 8 years old. Knowledge is what, y'all?
It's power.
Power.
It's power. Knowledge is power. Then being taught by Deacon Balas again, knowledge is leverage as well. So understanding these things and processing these things, understanding how knowledge molds and shape things, we have a knowledge in a certain area that people may lack knowledge. Like the elders have knowledge in the scriptures. We lack that. We need that.
So we, you know, I don't see why people complain about the academy.
Yeah, that's that. That's
a whole conversation. But wrapping up on just bringing the point to a close. Understanding the thing, if people took consideration of understanding that, okay, like you were saying with the trucking, you paid money to get that knowledge. Many people have went to school for music and to learn music and put many years and much time into their music and building and learning their craft, for them to give it to you for what? Free? No. They still got families. That it takes time.
They took time away from family.
It took time away from family. And I say this part real quick. So everybody on this call can attest to this. Putting time into something, and then your wife like, you ain't doing nothing all day.
Aha.
that's the number one thing that people don't see, that people that do music go through, is hearing their wives saying,
What you didn't put all that time into it. What's coming out of it? You know, we could have did that, right? Bring Ock back in because he fell out. But
oh Lord,
man, so I know we can all feel that, right? So we just sharing, giving y'all the insight of why music is more valuable. Then we're gonna get ready to bring Ock one in. But I want to speak on two things you stated about. You know how valuable knowledge is, and we know, just like the prophet prophesied, in these times it's going to increase, and as you can see, people are getting these webinars and all these different things, and they're getting what off of it? Revenue, right? But so let's look at the truth music, right? Not only are you getting knowledge, right? Something that can feed your spirit, but you're getting something like we just stated in the articles when we started. You're getting something. You can be in a bad mood. You can be just at that point where you're about to step off this path.
Right.
And that one song alters your mindset, puts you in another spiritual mindset, and now you're like, man, I needed that song.
Right.
How now at that point you're like, it was no price that I could put on that feeling.
Right.
Exactly.
Or what helped me stay on. How can you pay for that?
Exactly.
Right. Right.
That's worth more than rubies and whatever. It's worth more than that. Woo! Telling you.
And that's why I'm cheap. Because imagine you have taken that and said, here. That might save my life.
Mm-hmm.
That might save I might mess up. I might not even make it. And then Christ might say, you know what? He did do all of that music. And he didn't ask for nothing for it. Matter of fact, hey, hold on. Get your hands off him. Let him go. Come here. Let me say one more thing to you. I'm at the throne just like, you know what I'm saying? That might save my life. That's why I took this. It's a gift. The rest I'm going to figure out. You know what I'm saying? I'll figure out the rest. But just to have some leverage, that's what I took this music and did with it.
Let's get Aquan.
You know?
I think Aquan
and
is at the bits.
And if I charge for it, you got paid for that. You got paid. Yeah, you made some good music. You woke some people up. You got some people through some hard times, and you put it in your pocket.
You know what? Hey,
and you spent it.
Bronze, I'm feeling everybody aspect. I'm really feeling yours, Bronze. All my music I used to give away for free.
Mm-hmm.
I spent a lot of time in the studio recording, taking away from time from my family and stuff. And my wife be just looking like, we ain't gonna have movie night? Nah, baby, I need to. Like, matter of fact, that happened tonight, brother. Before I remembered that y'all was on, I was like, dang, I need to. I had the studio bounced up about to record. I was talking to brother Hebrew Levi Beats just a second ago. He just sent me a joint just to hop on, and I'm like, you know what? They got the show on. Let me hop on this joint.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Maestro, right? Because Maestro, this is all he does. This is his job. This is his life. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand both aspects, right? And I would like to be one of the people who actually would be able to do the music full time. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know, I'm outside of the country, so, you know, and I remember like when I asked Maestro for a track, and he sent me the price. I was like, you know what, I got to save up, bro, because the money I make out here, whew, that's like my rent, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because my money ain't folding like y'all money in the States. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different.
Aquan.
Yes, sir.
Choose a beat, Ak.
Hey, send me the Rolodex.
Choose a beat and don't worry about it. Hey, Maestro, when you put that I Am Studio up, who got you?
Uh-oh. Hey.
See, Satan don't like this. He don't want to see this charity. He don't want to see these good works right here.
And then what Ilan, listen. What Ilan said.
Oh, go ahead. My fault.
what Ilam said is key. I remember when I first met Ariel, when I first left the States and I came out here, and I met Ariel. He was a deacon then. He wasn't an elder then, right? And I was like, yeah, man, I do the music. He's like, let me see your walk. He said, I hear you, I feel you. Let me see your walk though, right? So that walk is so important because I've dealt with brothers, rest in peace to the brother, Nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? I've dealt with brothers and talked to brothers and had long conversations with brother and Chop No, you know what I'm saying? From back in the gap, from back in 2013. You know what I'm saying? And you have to make sure that they walk is right because you got to see what message you putting out there and who you linking with. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't linking right, then it's gonna be people gonna be looking at you sideways. Oh, well, brother, this brother, he off and he doing this now. Which are you with that? So I feel that's why I say I feel every single aspect is coming because you definitely got to make sure your walk is right. You got to make sure that you present yourself just like Christ because you're presenting His message. It's not our message. This is His message. This is the Father's message. And if you presenting that thing tainted, then how are you presenting yourself blameless? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Sean. Back in 2015, me and Sean decided to put together COEENT, which is if some people didn't know, means Christ over everything. Not everything, but everything. Because we from the South. That's how we say it. So it's Christ over everything. So Sean, let the people know what how we even came up with the name and what it's standing for.
It just means that it's a lifestyle. So our lifestyle, we have to let Christ rule that. Right? Every endeavor we do, it should reflect Christ. And so everything has to be a representation of Christ.
Everything.
Right. So even with what we're presenting tonight, like we're just shining a light on the value of what the gift, one of the gifts that's undervalued, but in the sense of saying we don't want to ask for the revenue, but just respect. Just respect. It's just the respect and the value of it. Right. And we ask that through the Spirit, those that it falls on and the ears that it falls on and whoever it reaches, value it just like you would. Because like even Christ now, they did not, establish anything to where they would get revenue. They knew that the work, the gift that he had to bring to the earth, it would do it itself. That's why he said, take no purse, don't do none of that, right?
Sure.
It's going to be given to you on the way.
Right.
But it's like, because our mindset is not, we're still going through the renewing of the mindset process. This actual gift is still looked at as it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, and that's the problem because it's not, that ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I keep going back to the script. I keep going back to the scriptures, and it's a business. Even tell you that the singers dealt with certain business parts or aspects in Israel. It is a business, an obligation. It's a job. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, it's nothing wrong if somebody want to give it away for free. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If somebody make T-shirts or they cook plates and they want to give it away for free, that's fine. But it can't be looked at, the person that's not doing it for free can't be looked at as if they doing something wrong.
No, and listen, and I feel it, Mike. That's why I said. That's why I said I can feel everybody's aspect.
Right.
What you doing? You listen. This is your job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me, thank the Father, I was blessed to be able to be I teach. You know what I'm saying? So I get that as an income. I don't get that as a full-time job, but I teach. Hold on one second, guys.
Right.
Okay. Let me say this real quick while we on hold. Wait for the brother. Is that I'm gonna ask y'all all a question, all the artists, even the ones that's listening, right? But more so to y'all that's on the line. What is the value of all of you guys being on here besides the Christ-like conversation? besides we praising the Most High, we giving glory to him for our walk, because we know within ourselves that's all we walk for.
Right.
But my question is this: what is the value of yourselves?
Right.
And not only that, can you, as we on the line, can you calculate the value of all of us being on the line? How much does that quote unquote cost? How much is
everything.
that?
It's not even factored. Is it factored in though?
To be honest,
it can't be, bro.
That's my question.
We live in sacrifices. We prisoners. So the value on that can't even be measured.
Because you right on, Alon, because if you look at what Paul, this conversation we having, even Paul had to state it.
Right.
Yeah.
When he was ministering, y'all remember that?
Yeah.
He's like, I shouldn't even have to go here, but I'm gonna do it. But like you said, he was saying I'm a prisoner, but he's like, that's why he went into muzzle not the ox.
Exactly.
That treaded the corn.
Even what was the other church? I think it was Thessalonians. He was like, y'all ain't even give me none. I had to get from the brothers over here because y'all want to be cheap. So this ain't a new mindset.
That's what I'm about to explain. That's my part. This is my part right here. If you each like, I'm gonna be honest, I think and I believe that when they have different artists, I'm talking about artists in the world, when they got them all on the call, all on the conference, they know the value of it. So guess what they do? They charge before they come and visit and make an appearance.
Exactly.
Because they know how much each artist is worth. And when they put together a concert, when they put together, they know how much they're gonna get back, how much is gonna come in. They know all of that. But us, and I'm saying this to the benefit of those who think in their mind that we could do this for free. I'm saying this to the benefit of them because, again, the listener does not know the value. They just used to listening and accepting and going along with the program.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you show, for example, and this is what I was talking to brother, the COE brothers, Bronze brother, like when you show a okay, look, I'm gonna just give one part of this away. There are businesses that back artists.
Yep.
There are businesses that back artists.
Absolutely.
So the money that they don't make, guess who else? That's why they go and sell shirts. That's why they go and sell this.
Exactly.
When you show up today, that's what Mayweather, the boxer, was like. Look, I'm not gonna pay y'all to be the middleman for me. I'll make my own shirts and sell my own stuff, and I'm gonna make the top dollar for it. It's the same situation with artists, with any kind of artist. Go ahead, my fault. I'm gonna go on.
No.
That's always been him, though. Count on him to bring the corporates. He's gonna bring the corporates.
Somebody gotta bring it, man.
Hey,
we can't see your video, Balas, but go ahead.
Bring your video in, man. We can't see your video.
Okay.
Balas hitting it. But the way to make that happen, everybody has to be on the same page. Cause I'm not an artist, bro. If I'm in the spirit, I'm gonna go in there and jump on something. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But if I don't feel like I'm in the spirit, I ain't gonna do it because it's important with what you putting out there, right? But saying what Balas saying, you know what I'm saying? People, we are visual people. The scriptures tell us that we are visual people. So people like ourselves have to be on the same page. Not saying because, like the scriptures say, we all one body, but we got many members. We got many different functions. You know what I'm saying? We all work together to make things shake, right? So if we were all on the same page and had something, you know what I'm saying, and brought all these things together so people can see the fruit of that and see what's supporting, you know what I'm saying, this work and supporting this just, and we're talking about a specific area of the work. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And they able to see certain things that they haven't ever seen before.
Deacon, let me share this.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are. This is a stepping stone to the next step that I was talking about earlier in the,
Yes, sir.
earlier is that this is the stomping ground. Like when I say a business should back you, that's what they do all day.
Hey,
Even the dope boys know. Like,
To
let me
back
go to the
certain-
dope man.
Yeah, because they will
So I can-
will fund, like if they see the next potential basketball star,
yeah,
they putting
Yep.
bread behind them.
yeah.
Yep.
And if I may
But
say to what you're saying,
This
Balasa,
is this
you
in the
come back
spirit.
in.
Oh Lord.
And you come back in, Balasa. So I was listening to Young Dolph. He's on the interview, right? So this is how they're funding their priests or their artists that's
Exactly.
promoting their message, right? And this is what they're able to do. So he's boasting, bragging, about everything he got, and he goes on the stage. And I know, they sometimes they do these things for stunts, but that's how they balance what it is, the balancer that they have, right? With what they deal with. Those that know, right? All right. So he said one of the things he did, he said he was like, man, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give a $100K to anybody. Right? This is what he states. And he said, no, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna split it up. I'm gonna give $25K to 4 lucky people, right? How are they able to do that? How did he get to that point? Because now what is he doing? He's invoking in those that support what he do, right?
Yeah.
To continue to support him, because what he receives is what he's giving back.
It's an incentive. Exactly.
And
So like the
and with that,
machine,
yeah.
So like how Bilal talking about the corporations and the machines behind that, everybody on here have other gifts. Like Bron's hit it. Bron's got about 20 businesses. You know what I'm saying, right? So imagine if, and I use, you know what I'm saying. Imagine if Bron took one of those businesses, right, and he gave everybody on here the game on one of those businesses, right? And that business, and now we put in that business with the understanding, knowing that's going to be one of the first prototypes to back everybody's, you know what I'm saying, at least a start, and we just repeat the process through each brother, right? Just like the Arabs and them do, you know what I'm saying? I remember an old school cat years ago, told me a story to where it was it was like 3 different brothers. The 3 brothers came together, funded the other brother business, right? Then once his business got jumping, when he gave everybody money back, you know what I mean? They funded the next brother, and then the next brother, before you knew it, they was on, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if brothers did that for each other, and it's hard with Jake. You know what I'm saying? It's hard because we've been burnt so many times. Brothers have been through so much, but imagine if brothers did that with the mind state of these are going to be the prototypes that be the machine to back, you know what I'm saying, the music, back these different endeavors, you know what I mean? And it takes a life of its own.
Yeah. It's about the economics, man. And we just not, we don't have it all together economically. You know what I'm saying? And it almost be to the degree where, and I don't want to say it, I don't know if it's like we hating on each other or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a weird spirit out there with our people, especially people in the truth. It's something weird. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, I want to see people. I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody make it. I remember when Sister Warrior was starting the judo wear and all of that stuff, and what she was charging. I told her, sis, you need to be charging more for this, because this is quality stuff you got here.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? So our people are not really like that. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying that for other people and other people's businesses. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at that and I'm like, man, these shirts are man, this is the craziest type of shirts I've ever seen. This is great work. I'm like, no, you can't be doing no $20 and 20. No, you can't do that, sis. And I told her, wait, check this. Now,
check this out. Now, y'all notice, we already got the groundwork laid out. It's not that I'm like I said, I want to give the listeners the benefit of the doubt. The people that ask for something for free, the benefit of the doubt, and say they do not know. How do we break it down to them not before somebody asks for something for free, but more so when let's turn it this way. When you make it a tradition, when you make it
Exactly.
the part
That's
of the
the boss
culture,
going in.
when you make it part of the culture, you are going to have everyone understand. So,
Yes,
but the
sir.
steps to that, the steps to making it understandable for people who don't understand, which we're going to say tonight, the listeners, because as much as we want to say, dang it, people that ask for stuff for free is wrong, But again, coming into the truth, it was a mindset saying, dang, we should all be just doing for each other, because
Yeah.
that's what we seen
Yeah.
in the Bible.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
we
my whole
seen
point.
with the disciples.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time. We want to pick at, the particular areas of things when at the root is just integrity. If you take something, and you took
Benefited.
something,
And you benefited.
leave something right
Leave
there.
something. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's kind of
I think there's something I would have loved to say with regards to that. I think one of the conversations we need to have is really, it has to do with temperance, or should I say creating a ranking system, an order system. And this is what I'm talking about. I think that for brethren that are already in the truth, they have to learn how to help their brothers live. And for brothers that we are hoping we are going to be able to get into the truth, a lot of them we can give stuff for free. I think everything has to be put in its particular
Proper order.
In its order, because the thing is, there are certain people that can afford to actually help you with that money for that rent, but you just don't want to charge because that's your culture. And then there's another person on the other side that that person needs that encouragement, you understand? And he may not be able to afford it. So I think through all this entire conversation, we need temperance so that our entire conversation will be very balanced, and so that we, at the end of this entire conversation, we now have a particular place that we are going with this, with everything we are saying. And the reason why I'm saying this is because not like we have firmly established here, not everyone here is doing music full time. Right. But then there are people here that are only doing, like for me, there's nothing else I know how to do with my life. I don't have any degree. I don't have any education or nothing. Exactly. Esau never got to me like that here in Africa. You understand? So the whole thing is, if I can't make this music work, then, clearly, spiritually, you keep seeing God doing things to put me under pressure. So the entire story of Egypt that you were saying early on, Maestro Mike, what it did to me is help me understand that the most I had to put you people under pressure to be able to start bringing out certain things that are already inside you. And there's already something you've experienced. There's already something you've seen. Now, Brother Bronze is at a particular stage in his life that this is all he want to do because this is his principle. And there was a time that that's all I did. But now I have not let go of what Brother Bronze is, neither have I let go of what I'm doing. Now, I heard you people talking about promotion. What I did was I set up a simple studio here with webcams, and I put lights and everything because that's what I can afford now. I can't really afford the DSLRs and those expensive things. Right. And then I have a laptop, and then I have a simple software on my computer. So every single time I do a new song, I just need 2 camera angles, and then I don't need to pay a single dime for promotion. I'm done. And then I put it out online for free. And when people contact me and tell me, Jeremiah, I like that song, I tell them the album that contains the song costs $12. That's what you got to pay to get the album. I'm using the videos to promote the music. Exactly. So I'm taking advantage of what I have because I don't have it as good as you all out there in America have it. Or you guys might not even have it that good. But all I'm just saying is that
it's rough out here. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So but what I'm trying to say is, looking at I through a lot of tribulation, I have learned how to use what I have to get to the next level. But I'm doing free things every day. Yeah, exactly. I'm in the middle. Listen, a lot of young artists that come here, and don't even know where they are going with their lives, I do free things for them. And once I do it, in fact, if you get on my Facebook page, you're just going to see me play certain hymns on the piano for elders and have them just sing through the microphone. And my setup is such that I can actually do that and stream it live on my platform. And then, well, go. This is all I can do for you. Take it and leave. But like Brother Akwan said, I have to make sure. You see, once I came into the truth newly, and Brother Akwan, you have to forgive me so much, because I know, that early stage we were talking, I was going through a lot of stuff, and I wasn't in that space. Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? So, but initially a lot of people were approaching me. They want to do songs with me. They want to do songs. In my mind, I don't even know these guys. I don't know if they are real in the church. There was one of the brothers that was actually in the church, and he eventually left the church. I'm like, imagine if I had sung with this brother, what would it have been? You understand what I'm saying?
You guys,
Look.
So what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Because this is a great time. That's why I said I knew it was gonna be a part 2. We're gonna have to wrap it up here, but. At the end of everything, come on, hey, we would love to have all you brothers come back on.
It's a 12-hour journey.
So we can deal with the direction of where we go from here. Where we go from here is the important thing. We can't let everything that was brought out, everything that came out, fall to the wayside. So. Let's all make sure we send them up, all right, and put some action behind it. And we pray that the listeners that you all was able to receive it in the spirit. That's the only.
Let me say one more thing. Let me say one more thing.
For Aqua.
Hold on, wait out.
Bruh.
Say one more thing.
Go ahead.
Integrity, y'all. Let's take care of each other. We know we ain't got nobody but
nobody else.
But ourselves.
You see what I'm saying? And how I have it right now, y'all try to pay me a lot. Y'all know this. You try to pay me a lot. And what I say, I don't want no money. Now, some of y'all insist, right? You insist. And what do I say? Okay, well, if you want to give something, give it. But understand that I'm doing this for you for free. Whatever you're giving me because you want to give me. You see what I'm saying? So how does that end up? Provoke on the love and good works, right?
Yeah.
No business was done here. You gave out a kind of show heart. I gave out of mine. But everybody still has something. Everybody still walked away with it with needs met. But it wasn't business. But everybody got taken care of. Provoke on the love and good works.
And I like
now
that
you
he
have
said
a
that.
work in me. You have a work. You paid for something that you didn't have to pay for.
But the business
and I gave you something that I didn't have to give.
Yeah.
And that's what integrity is gonna get us. That's a nation taking care of a nation, y'all.
Hey, what he's saying is key because, like, I'm gonna say this last thing. I'm gonna say this last thing. No. What he said, what he said is key. What he's saying is key. What he's saying is key because you can lose a brother in business, right? You can lose a brother in the spirit in business, but you can't lose a brother in love, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say that.
And that's it. You know, that's deep too. But if I done lost you in business, you wasn't a brother in the first place.
Yeah.
You was on some niggatry.
That too.
But see, this is the thing, Maestro. If
you didn't got offended, check this out. If you didn't got offended because I'm trying to do business with you, you was a nigga.
Right, but this is the thing, Maestro. This is the thing. It's like Ox said, it's the integrity. Because like we have to, for those of us that are really in this like full hearted, like Jeremiah was saying, like you, we have to push this persona of business when it should already be this value that we shouldn't have to push.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The love
And
should
that's-
already be there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That respect for it should already be there. And see
Exactly.
now, that's the whole business thing came from Esau. But in the scripture, it was what have everything in common. Because we understood that that's what he
All
do.
things in
We need to
common.
make sure he's compensated for what he do.
Boy, we just read that just
Exactly.
yesterday.
So,
A
but
just weight and a just measure. Israel was an economic power of force. You know what I'm saying? Like money is economics. We dealt with economics, but it's like when it comes to certain things, we are not economically sound. Not only that, we don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's because we wasn't taught to do that either.
Right.
Yeah. We still trying to learn.
We got one last caller, and then like I said, they said part 2 next week. How you willing? You know, but let's see what the sister
we got your die.
It's over. I ran out of juice. It's over.
All right, go ahead, sister. You die.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom.
Like this conversation has definitely been like such a blessing for me. And I think that I've enjoyed hearing like all aspects. And I just want to come in like on the artist side, I hear all aspects. Like I just want to come in on the artist side to like bring forth a picture, concerning like, when people don't have the funds. I don't think that people kind of want to disrespect people, seeing that, we're all in this walk and we all trying to just, use our gifts and our talents as members of the body, right? I don't think people genuinely are trying to disrespect people when they just don't have the means, to pay for the artistry side. So I come in with, like compromising, like bartering and compromising, because as for me, it's one of those things when I'm not doing music and I'm not able to do it because I don't have the funds, like my spirit is not where it needs to be. My spirit is all the way low and I feel stuck, because like for me, myself, I know an engineer, I know a producer he went to school for, he has a bachelor's degree, he has lots of experience, he works with lots of people, he owns things, but, that was in the world, and me coming into the truth, it's like, I don't want to put myself in that environment seeing that I am a woman, there's just certain things when it comes to studio that I don't want to do. I don't want to be around the food. I don't want to be around, a lot of guys because, I'm a woman. I want to be safe. I want to feel comfortable and I want to do the Most High's work, seeing that it is like delicate, right? It is something that needs to be done clean. It is something, so if I'm stuck to where I can't pay, right? But then now I'm stuck because I don't want to go here, even though I have the means, to get it done, they'll offer to do it for free. It's like, I don't want to do that because I'm compromising. But now here I am stuck as an artist, not doing nothing because I can pay. And I feel like, when it comes to scripture, when they say all things in common, there has to be some type of like compromise, some type of meeting of the grounds. And that doesn't, it's not being disrespectful, right? It's just saying, you don't have it, to do it, but what can we do to help support? So it's like, I see both sides, people want to get fed, but at the same time, it's the ministry, it's the integrity behind it. It comes with healing, it comes with power. And if, we know that this truly is a war. And the reason why people out in the world, they will let artists have studio time just to have it because they know that when they produce that music, it has power and force behind it. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing with us, coming, to get this music done so that it can have power to heal people, to wake up people, to be on more platforms. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that aspect out there.
Definitely.
Share that with y'all.
Definitely appreciate it, sis. And we've had the conversation. We will continue the conversation, obviously, but we have to also apply something in action to fix these areas and, you know, balance this thing out. Right now, as a nation, we definitely can see that we are off balance. And through the Spirit and through the principles that our Lord, Savior, and King has established, we will be able to fix this, because this is a kingdom matter. You know, so
absolutely
appreciate everyone coming through. Appreciate everyone sticking around. Like my sister Yashrala said, if you would kindly hit that like button and subscribe. Appreciate you all for sticking around. But we will pick this conversation up more. So I'll get with the brethren that's on, and we can put something together and build from here. Yeah, let's continue to build. Appreciate y'all time, because this was valuable.
Oh yeah.
Each and every last one of y'all sitting on here, man. Y'all have, your time is valuable. How do we know that time is valuable? Because we spend what? Time. Y'all spent time. You can't spend anything that doesn't have value, right? So all praises to the Father for this time with you all, and for the listeners, you got anything you want to say?
Man, this was jam packed. This was jam packed. Father's will, we're gonna come back with another one and continue this conversation, and, you know, fully execute this direction of, you know, having a value for music and a respect for the Most High's music and a respect for the Most High's servants, the ones that are in great and good standings. So I'm not gonna say all music, but I'm gonna say those that are in good standing with the you know, with the body, with the Most High, you know, in their walk. You know, we're speaking from that standpoint, not just everybody that just say, hey, I got a mic, I got a program, I got a computer, I'm gonna do music.
That walk got the line on with it.
That walk got the line with it.
Just the walk, the talent too, the skill. Hey, look, hey, the skills gotta line up. It ain't just
because that's what I was about to say too.
I don't give a damn if you got a mic and an interface. So I don't care about that.
That's how we'll kick it off. We'll kick the next one off with quality in presentation.
Yeah.
We're gonna kick the next one off with that.
Telling you.
Yep. So with that, man, we're gonna pray on it, and we're gonna stay on it. Y'all have a blessed one. It's been your brothers at COE, ENT, TBT Radio Live. Y'all have a blessed one. Shalom.
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 Shalom. Shalom.
Shalom, y'all.
Yeah, we still on.
How much you want to wine this with?
On the pot. Still.
Yeah. Feast of Tabernacles. Feast of Harvest. 10 ready. I thank the Father for the high holy month. A long ways from fornication and blunts. Now we keeping the law. In the wilderness, we keeping it raw. Put up your tent because you sleeping in yours. Socially primitive, he brought us out of Egypt. This is so you remember it. It's a memorial, that's how the story go. Christ lit the way, just like a menorah, bro. The end is approaching, your pride and glory gone. I enjoy all the time that we spend. I just pray that this time never ends. Barbecuing, making tacos, fresh off the grill. Politicking around the campfire, fresh off a meal. I thank the Father for my family I have to replace. Had to give up the world, but I'm glad to escape all the corruption and the evil that was masked in my face. Then I asked for some grace, baptized in the faith of this tabernacle. Broke the law, was a felon entrenched. Now I'm a plain man dwelling in tents, like my father Jacob. To clarify what marriage this is, and bring us back to what our heritage is. No salam aleikums, this for the soul like we selling a soup. They stiff-necked, they rebel with fruit. I'm talking Adam's apple. You can catch my people dwelling in booths. Check out the word, you see we telling the truth. This is tabernacles. Broke the law, was a felon entrenched. Now I'm a plain man dwelling in tents, like my father Jacob. To clarify what marriage this is, and bring us back to what our heritage is. No salam aleikums, this for the soul like we selling a soup. They stiff-necked, they rebel with fruit. I'm talking Adam's apple. You can catch my people dwelling in booths. Check out the word, you see we telling the truth. This is tabernacle. First the trumpet is blown, a warning coming straight from the throne. Heard the sound, now it's time to head home. We've been wandering, lost and unknown. 10 days, then it's time to atone. Afflicting our souls, reminiscing and reflecting on Christ and the blood that he shed for our life. Sold under sin, we were bought with a price. Praise the Most High, cause he sent his son for a sacrifice. Month 7, day 15, fell off in a dream. In a tent, heard muffles and screams. Saw a bunch of broken whips and shackles. A shipwrecked boat on its side with some broken paddles. Footprints all in the sand, both woman and man. Seems like somebody won a battle. I woke up, then choked up. Saw the children of Israel celebrating tabernacle.